Hello, another video of my devlog. Today I'm going to very quickly show you how to implement AI. So as you can see in my scene, I currently have enemy who at first just wandering and going from the location to location. But if he sees me, he comes to me, tries to run me up, and then attacks. And each attack tracks me until the actual phase of the attacking. So yeah, something like this. And if I try to kill him, he dies. And now his health is working. My is still not, but it's really a matter of time. Yeah, let's see how to program it. So at first I needed to do a lot of stuff regarding his weapon. Let me show it to you. So for the enemy sword, I cared about hit reactions that are usually, oh no, they're not here. They are usually placed here. Yeah, here, hit reactions. And I added a state for holding the sword, so that the animation for the attack and the animation of idle and hit reactions is the same. So the layer of animation is second, that's important. And for the reaction component, I just copy pasted the initial one and added and change it from back, from left, from right animations to new ones from my animation pack, as well as I did for my player character. Also, game creator has a very cool way to control the speed of the character. So for the basic sword state, I specified that speed in this state will be 4 and the rotation will be like 1800. It's a default rotation and default speed actually, but at the beginning of the scene, I command my my skeleton. Let me see when I command it. At the beginning of the first state, I commanded him to go to the state of walking with the layer number higher than the layer of his weapon. Therefore, this animation is becoming like more important, and therefore he is walking instead of running with a sword. And that casual walking has a speed of 0.5 and a rotation of halved. And when I exit this state to any other state, I stop the state that lays under the layer 3. Therefore, the state is under the layer 2 is going to work, which is the state of my of his sword. So that's how, by just changing states, you can control their speed and their rotation as you want them to be. To make my enemy able to die, I added death control game object that has a trigger on attribute change health. It checks if his health is lower than 0 or less than or equal than 0. If yes, it kills the enemy. When character dies, so there is another trigger, I have a bunch of stop movement, stop gesture, stop following, cancel skill actions, just to be sure that everything will be stopped. I don't know if I need all of them, but in previous version of Game Creator I use them. And then I initiate the state dead. That's a simple state with only one animation. I will show you. Then I cycle the target that's currently player is targeted on to the next target. And of course I remove this character from the as a target candidate from the player. And for the state dead, I made a simple state. It's made by game creator animation state. So it has only one active clip, but it has entry when character actually dies. And I change speed to 0 and rotation to 0 just to be sure that no other action will be able to affect that state, and also that state has a very high level of priority. So the more number you hear, the more number you place here, the higher the priority of the state will be. So yes, that's how it dies. And to be able to attack me, I am using the to be able to see me at first. I use the perception component with some basic setup, and I added the awareness control. It's very important that on the beginning of the scene you force the perception to track player, otherwise it will not be doing that, and he won't see you. And if you are and then I added anger control, so when character perception sees player, then I change his parameter is angry to true. That parameter controls the battle phase. And I also added sphere collider that is trigger. If player exits it, I run actions. I check if enemy still sees the player. If not, then I set is angry to false. If yes, I wait 5 seconds and check it again. And if player enters to that collider again, I stop doing these conditions, stop checking them, just to not waste the processing power. So that's something like that. Okay, and then the final part, the behavior itself. To do that, you need to add, to make an AI to add a behavior, you need to add a processor component, and I use state machine and behavior trees combined. My state machine looks something like this. So on enter, the first state is a casual wander when enemy is performing is performing over and over again his casual actions. For the casual actions, I specified the parameter within the processor itself, and here with this parameter I created actions, just actions of moving my character from one point to another. You can specify that route to be long as you wish. So it's very simple to do because it has a way to arrive feature. You just, when that action is performed, when enemy is right here, the another move command starts working, and I created a couple of marks for that enemy. And for example, if I want to make him just standing, I just can create actions with standing here. So for example, for the prefab, I will be able to create, for example, the casual wander game object, or game object with actions when he just staying on the place, or game object with actions when he doing some work, and just attach it to here, and or for example, if you want him to be in the ambush, you can specify ambush actions, and they will work with the AI. You won't need to change AI every time you need to make a different intro point of the enemy. So if awareness of my enemy about player increases, that state becomes the state of searching. When I move, when on enter to that state, I specify, so I move the marker, a special game object, to the player when the location, to the location of the player, and then it doesn't move. And because it doesn't move, I'm able to give a command, move this character to that location. So in that case, if he has awareness, he goes to check when it comes from, because I assume if his awareness became higher, he like assumes where the character is, therefore he should know his location, or not precisely probably, but yeah. And if he can't go to that place, or if he successfully goes to this place, I set suspicious parameter is sus to false, and when it comes false, it goes to the casual wander. But if during that searching phase it sees the player, because of that action, his no, not this one. Yeah, because of that trigger, his angry component will be changed, and then the state will be changed to that one. In that state, in that state, I'm using the behavior tree, and if, for example, our enemy somehow becomes not angry, for example, he lost the sight, therefore I give him parameter suspicious, then it just do taunt animation, and becomes not suspicion, and then it comes again to the casual wander state. So he returns to his position, And when he returns to this position, he again enters the state of walking, so he just returning by walking. So that's it. As simple as it is, but it's working. And for the behavior tree, for this action mode, let's see what I have. At the start, I have the repeater. I set here 1000 because if you run a behavior tree within a state machine, it will be run only once. Therefore, you need to have a repeater or set here while success, for example. So while success, and set some of these. Usually, it's the last. Or yeah, you can just say while success and then say always success, and they here have all other setups. But I go with that one because it's more straightforward. Then I check, so all actions will be performed if character is not dead. And then I have a very simple fork, 2.6, let me say. So if the distance between character and the player is more than 2.6, then I wait 1 second. Then I set up a special parameter to true. I will tell you why I set up it. And then I say him follow the player. If he followed the player, so, and if the distance is relatively small, here I have the selector. Selector does the leftist task if it is possible to do, and that's why I need a round bool parameter. If it is true, it runs a random selector to try to surround me from the left side or try to surround me from the right side. So here I change the rotation of enemy to look at his target, so at player. Then I move him to his right marker. Then I wait 1 second at 0.3. Then I stop his movement. Then I set this bool to false, so that the other task won't be called until that one is called. So if enemy is in close proximity, it will do it only one time. And the markers are the special stuff that I created within the enemy parent object. So marker left and marker right. Here's the first, here's the second. They have the coordinate of 0 plus 0.5, minus 2, plus 2, and that's one is really just height location. These markers, what do they do? Because they are under the enemy parent, if you give them the command if you give enemy the command to move to the marker always moves with the enemy, and if and therefore his final destination is always changing. And because I have so for example both markers are a little bit in front of that character, so he's actually moving like strafing a little bit forward and leftward or rightward, so he's really trying to surround you. So that's a really good life hack how to make this kind of move. Yeah. Mm, let's say 2.5, I guess. So yeah, it will be fine. It will be fine. Yeah, so that's really how it works, and you just can, for example, change the marker a little bit, move it a little bit forward to avoid that bug. So that's how it's been set up. It's about like empiric, um, about try until it works. Yeah, so it now does it only one time. So something like this. And so when this one becomes, when the round parameter becomes false, then the selector can't play these tasks. Therefore, by the rules of the selector, it plays this task. Here, I have a random sequence component that consecutively plays one of these tasks, and under these ones, I have the sequence of attacks. With the sequence of attacks, at the first attack of the sequence, I say to self stop following, then I execute attack that is specified under the combo component of the sword or any other weapon. Then I tell wait until finish strike, and when complete, it goes to the next step to input another attack, then also wait, and then no, again it's input attack, then wait until finish recovery, not the finish strike but the finish recovery, and then I change the rotation of enemy to look at player. And then I went some seconds just to give the player opportunity to hit or do whatever he wants. So pretty the same here. For the last attack, I have a little bit more window for player to hit. And the important stuff that under the weapon component of the enemy, each attack now has one tricky thing. So at the beginning of attack, I force the character who makes the attack to look at player. Therefore, he can aim his attack to the player. Then I wait specifically the number of frames that is needed to become the strike phase, that green phase when the attack actually performs. And right after that, I change rotation to the motion direction so that enemy doesn't follow me during the attack phase. So for example, if enemy has a stinger animation, he will miss you if you dodge properly, but he won't follow you with the stinger like the clockwork follows the, um, the river of time. So something like this. That allows you to actually dodge. And that's it. That's how the behavior is done. I have a little freezes right now with my game, probably because I ran a compiler, but most likely it's because I run probably it's because I run the OBS Studio. And yeah, as you can see, he goes too much to the back when he hits me, as well as I. Therefore, our battle doesn't perform well with consecutive attacks, but I will fix that with the animation later. During the profiler, I now see that I have some, for example, player loop eats a lot of resources. Oh, not the player loop. It's something else. Something else. It's my resources. Let's take a closer look. Screen manager and input. So let me see. No, it's still pretty slow. So I need to take a look at this during the optimization phase. That's it for now and for the behavior stuff. I hope that was useful. Thank you very much. Bye bye.